Welcome to Oasis Lactation Services on YouTube. Today I am going to show you my favorite way to give a baby a bottle. We often think that lactation consultants really don't want people giving babies bottles. Well, that's just not true. We know that bottles are an important part of how some children have to be fed, that they really don't have other options for feeding sometimes. For a variety of reasons. So I'm going to show you a side-lying bottle technique that I really like, particularly for babies who are under 3 months old. So I've got my baby and I've got my bottle. So we're just going to talk about the technique. We're not going to be talking about types of bottles or anything like that in this tutorial. So generally we hear about paced feeding. And we really don't have a lot of evidence to show that there's a particular paced feeding method that is really helpful for helping babies transition back and forth breast and bottle. So rather than having a sitting up technique where we usually have the baby like at a 45-degree angle, the bottle parallel to the ground, and we're tipping and moving the bottle to give the baby breaks, I find that rotates things in the baby's mouth too much, and that the baby still is kind of leaned back and their airway isn't really as open and supported as we would like for them to be. So I like to do it a little different way. So we will slide our legs over on the couch. And I think, a lot of parents feed the baby or caregivers feed the baby on a couch or in bed. We tend to be in bed a lot with our kids, because we're all so tired. So I like to, I'll put my bottle down. We'll start with baby. This is baby's left side. And so we're gonna put baby's left side in our lap like this. And you see I have a little mountain that I've made with my legs. So now baby's at pretty much a 45-degree angle. And my legs are really providing a lot of stability. Baby's nose, belly button, and toes are all facing the same direction, just like we would at the breast. So we've got our bottle ready, and bottle will still be parallel to the ground like you've probably learned with paced feeding, and we're going to give baby the first half of the bottle, just like this. So what you can see in our little mountain here is that the baby is on the left side, which is the side where the airway is most open and supported. And even for a healthy full-term baby, they can coordinate their breathing much better this way. So what we're trying to do in this position is give baby a really comfortable, highly supported posture so that the bottle is less threatening and they don't fatigue trying to support their own body. One of the things we notice at the breast is that babies really want to have a lot of positional stability. They really want to have their trunk, their legs, their arms, they really want to touch and do. So here, baby can have an arm, you can have it down between or on the side, and then baby's got all of this surface contact with that caregiver. The feet can be up. Babies sometimes do something called foot bracing, where they'll want to put their feet up against something while they eat. It's the same thing where we grown-ups, if we're at a bar and we're sitting on a bar stool, we like to put our feet on that bar ledge or on that stool ledge, right? So that we can get more comfortable and get prepared to eat. So baby can kind of foot brace here, or if you've got your arm with the bottle, they can foot brace against your arm. So we give the first half of our bottle, baby on the little mountainside like this. And now it's time to give baby a break and some burp time. And you've seen in the burping video, this is my favorite way to burp babies. So we let baby climb up over the mountain, shake that tush a little bit, and wiggle out a burp, help with that gastric emptying and that digestion. I like to give baby an opportunity to do the same thing on the other side, just like we would switch with breastfeeding. And we give the second half of that bottle. And what you can't see, because baby's facing away, is that the nose, belly button, and toes, again, are all pointed toward that bottle side. And baby's got a nice long spine. The ear and the shoulder and the hip are nice in alignment. just like it was on the other side. So now baby's finished the bottle. We move him back into that bird position. And baby's really well supported here. So if you find that baby needs more in the bottle, or if you first are feeding a breast milk bottle and then you have a formula supplement bottle that's separate, and because you didn't want to mix those, and we've got to switch out bottles, we can switch out bottles while baby's doing a little self-burping action and start all over. I'm going to lift baby's arm here, nose, belly button, and toes, all going the same direction, ear, shoulder, and hip, all in a nice line, and I can feed the baby. Things to think about: if you've had a cesarean birth and you've got a little bit of tenderness around your tummy, you can put a blanket down to kind of give you some protection if you need. Or if sitting up like this is really exhausting or fatiguing for you, you can tuck the pillows right here so that you're really well supported, and pillows behind you so that you're well supported, so that you can support baby. So just like with breastfeeding, we always want the parent who's feeding to be in a comfortable, stable position first themselves, then add the baby to the mix. So things that you may want to have on hand for trying this: a blanket. You also may want to have a burp cloth. If you have a baby who is really spilling a lot of milk during that bottle feed, you might put a burp cloth over your knees and then position baby. And if you need baby a little more upright, you can bring baby in like this with those legs. Here, I'll show you my legs. So you can make a steeper mountain if baby really needs to sit up just a little more. But I really like to have it at that 45 degree. So we can have a burp cloth over, so if baby is spitting up a lot or there's a lot of dribbling, we can kind of collect that and keep things neat and tidy. And of course, if there's a lot of dribbling, there's probably something going on there that you're working with your lactation consultant or your speech language pathologist on, and it's probably one of the reasons why you are using a bottle to begin with. So that kind of feeding position works with any baby. It's ideal for preterm babies who need a lot of physical support while they're eating, and it's definitely ideal for full-term and healthy babies who are needing to take a bottle for some reason. So I hope you like this video. I hope this is a little bit easier for you than what we would normally think of as paced feeding. And I definitely hope it's something that you're able to work with your care provider on, so that if you have been demonstrating how you want your baby to be fed in your absence, now you have a little video tutorial that can help kind of solidify that information, and that you can always go back and reference. So be sure to hit like and subscribe. Share this with a friend. I know there are lots of families who have a really hard time introducing bottles and getting baby to take a bottle. And starting with that beautiful, stable positioning so that baby feels well supported, has lots of physical contact with that feeder, with that care provider, and their airways nice and open. Great way to set yourself up for a positive bottle experience. So hit like and subscribe, share with a friend, and I'll see you next time on Oasis Lactation Services on YouTube.